makeup is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be, it's not always. Hi everyone, welcome back to Pavonine Studios Beauty and Art. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new here, my name is Amy. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing another Mix It Monday, and I really enjoy doing these. So for today, I decided that I was going to mix something that I tried the other day, not on camera, just, in the daily makeup routine, that I was kind of disappointed. I remembered liking this and I thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and use that because I'm trying to figure out where it goes in my like foundation roundup. And it's the Smashbox Studio Skin, and I have the shade 1.0. And for some reason, this didn't blow my skirt up like I thought it would. It says it's hydrating, but I feel like it's not really that hydrating, and I also feel like it was more matte than I liked, and then it almost like wanted to crack a little bit on me. So it's very matte, and I ended up not really liking the way that it sat on my skin, and I was like, okay, so I've had this for a while, so maybe it's just starting to, go off. I don't really subscribe to the whole, this is good for 12 months or 20, this says 24 months. And I know I've had it longer than that. I figure if something doesn't smell funny, doesn't look funny, then it's probably okay. But I'm going to mix this with something that is super glowy and that I haven't worn very much. This is the Burt's Bees Goodness Glows liquid makeup, and this is the shade 1015 Buff. This is not something that I like on its own typically. It's extremely dewy, which I like. I tend to like foundations that are satiny, or a natural type of finish. I don't know. I'm going to try this. I'm going to see if these mix. I don't know what the ingredients are in these. The first ingredient in the Burt's Bees is water. And I have a feeling that this one is maybe like a dimethicone based or silicone based foundation. So this may not work. Because typically if you mix like a water with a silicone, they don't really play that well together. But we're going to give it a go because I would like to, be able to mix this one with more stuff, and I'd like to sort of salvage my thoughts on this one. These are both, I think, relatively high coverage foundations. So I'm just going to take, let's do two. This is going to be way too much foundation. We're going to do two of the Studio Skin, and we're going to do, let's go ahead and do two of the Burt's Bees as well, just for fun, because makeup is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be, it's not always. And I'm just mixing these on the back of my hand, and that's a crap ton of foundation. Hopefully the color is okay. I am going to go ahead. I've got sunscreen on, by the way. I've got the CeraVe tinted face sunscreen that I like so much. I list everything in my description box that I put on my face. Now I know this looks really light, but cross your fingers. If I look like a ghost, I'll just go ahead and bronze it up or something. But I'm pretty pale right now, so I'm not too worried. And the tinted moisturizer does have some tint in it. Obviously, it's not super high coverage, but it's a lovely sunscreen if you just want to put that on and go out the door. So I highly recommend it. I've mentioned it multiple times before on my channel. And I will go over this with a sponge just because I don't want to get too heavy-handed here. And like I say, these are both relatively high coverage foundations. And I tend to stipple as opposed to like buff. Sometimes when you buff foundations on with like a circular motion with a brush, you can get a little bit of like lifting of any kind of dry patches, little flakes of skin, that kind of thing. It's not very pretty, so I tend to stipple and then go over it with a sponge. I'm going to go ahead and skip the concealer today, I think, and I'm going to bring this up under my eyes a bit. But I think I will still set this with my NARS crystal powder just for the sake of, you know, setting under my eyes and stuff. It is Super Bowl Sunday when I'm filming this, so I gotta get this done and edited and all that good stuff and up for y'all tomorrow. And I did film this eye look, and that will be coming, I think, on Wednesday, possibly Thursday, depends on, you know, how much I get done and stuff. Okay, so there's kind of an initial application of that. Nice coverage. Definitely evened out my skin. And I think the color is fine, as best I can tell. Let's have a peek here. I think that was a good move to mix those two, because it's looking really nice. The Burt's Bees is one that I do like to mix in with things, if I can, that are just too matte, because matte on me, I'm pretty picky, and there aren't very many matte foundations that I care for. It definitely has a little bit of a glow to it, but not as much as if I would have put the Burt's Bees on by itself. I can promise you that. I'm going to build this up just a little bit more on my cheek area, just because I can. So I've got a sponge here, and I am going to go ahead and bounce over this just to, you know, lift up anything that's just too much. And that should do it. I think that I like this. I mean, this, granted, it's only been on my face for 3 minutes, but maybe not even that long. But right now, I'm liking the way that it looks. I like the way that it feels. And so I'm hopeful that the Burt's Bees one will salvage my opinion of the Studio Skin one. Because the other day when I had it, I was like, I don't remember it looking like this or doing this. I think that's really pretty. Really pretty. I'm going to wipe that off my back of my hand before I end up with it everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and powder under my eyes, and I'm going to powder the rest of my face too, because like I say, the Burt's Bees is quite a dewy, glowy foundation, and if I were to wear it by itself, I would almost absolutely have to powder it, and powder it pretty heavily in order for it to not slide around and stuff. That's its main drawback. It's like it looks pretty, but it's sort of fragile in that way. So I'm just powdering under my eyes a little, setting under my eyes a little bit with my NARS crystal powder, which I use all the time. And I'm going to take a little bit of the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil, which is the setting powder that if you've been here for a while, you know I almost always use. And I'm going to pick a little bit of that up on my brush. And I'm not a big, you know, I don't powder within an inch of my life or anything like that. And I tend to focus it in the center. But I do want to powder this and set this and give it the best possible chance that I can. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup, and I will come back and let you know like how things blended and looked over this, and we'll give it kind of a final reassessment. And yeah, I'm gonna go do that. I'll be right back, guys. Okay guys, I'm back, and I've got the rest of my makeup on. Let me share real quick what I put on the rest of my face. For my bronzer, I used the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. For my blush, I used the Moira Cheeky Romance. This is a blush duo, really pretty peachy colors. And for my highlighter, I went in with the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter Palette, and I mixed these two peachy shades right there. And that's also what I used on the inner corner of my eyes. And so far, so good. I like this combination We will see. It's definitely quite a bit of coverage, and so I could have gone a little bit more light-handed with this than I did, especially around the nose, my center of my face and stuff. But so far it's sitting pretty nicely, and so I have a lot of hope for this, wearing well through the day and sitting nicely on my skin for the rest of the day. If something goes south and it starts looking really horrible for some reason, I will either come back for an update or I will put a little comment down in my description box that tells you what I think of it. But for right now, I don't really plan to do an update because I'm liking the way that it looks. Oh, I forgot to tell you what was on my lips. Not that it's anything, like super exciting or anything, but I used the LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Liner, and this is the shade Bear. And then I went over that with something that I can't find. I know, but I'm not going to tell you. Oh, I went over it with some stuff. The world may never know. Anyway, I put a super pale lipstick over it, and then I put on this Bare Minerals gloss, and this is the shade Totally. So this is a very nude lip, which is my preferred lip. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for my video today, for my Mix It Monday. Like I say, I always have fun doing these, and I'd like to do them every week, but lately, I tell you, I've been busy in my art studio, and that usually means that I don't spend as much time doing my makeup and filming and stuff. So hopefully you guys will see the benefits of that at some later point when I share some of the things that I've been working on. But for right now, yeah, I'm happy with this look, the way my eyes turned out. I will put that look up on a couple days after this one. I'm not sure exactly what day. But I think that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time here. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, give me a like, and subscribe if you like the kind of content that I do, which is especially geared for us more mature ladies who still like to have a lot of fun with their makeup. And ring the bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. And until my next new video, bye guys.